Let me ask you a question. Why are so many people popping expensive magnesium pills, yet still dealing with cramps, poor sleep, anxiety, and fatigue? Here's the shocking truth. There's a simple $2 food that your body recognizes far better than most supplements. And once you understand why, you may never waste money on magnesium pills again. When it comes to boosting magnesium naturally, most people immediately think about buying supplements, spending $20 to $50 on pills, and hoping for results. What they often don't realize is that the body prefers magnesium in its natural, food-based form, and one of the most powerful sources is surprisingly inexpensive pumpkin seeds. These small seeds pack a dense punch of bioavailable magnesium, the type your cells can readily absorb and utilize. Unlike synthetic pills, which often pass through the digestive system without fully entering the bloodstream, magnesium from food comes with additional nutrients that act as cofactors, making it far more effective. In fact, one handful of pumpkin seeds can provide nearly half of the daily magnesium requirement, and when eaten consistently, it supports the body in a way pills rarely do. The reason food-based magnesium works so much better lies in the concept of bioavailability. Magnesium in isolated pills is often in forms like magnesium oxide or citrate. While these forms contain magnesium, the body may absorb only a fraction, sometimes as low as 20-30%. The rest simply passes through, leading many people to believe that magnesium supplements aren't effective, when in reality, it's the form that limits absorption. Pumpkin seeds, on the other hand, deliver magnesium alongside other essential nutrients such as zinc, vitamin B6, healthy fats, and trace minerals, which enhance absorption. These cofactors are naturally present and allow magnesium to cross cell membranes efficiently, helping the body use it where it's most needed, in muscles, the nervous system, and bones. It's not just about the quantity of magnesium, it's about the synergy of nutrients. One of the key nutrients in pumpkin seeds is vitamin B6, which plays a crucial role in activating enzymes that help transport magnesium into cells. Healthy fats present in the seeds improve cell membrane function, facilitating the entry of magnesium into the cell. Additionally, the trace minerals in pumpkin seeds act as signaling agents, telling the body that magnesium is present and ready to be used. This is a level of coordination that synthetic magnesium pills simply cannot replicate. When magnesium is delivered in this natural, bioavailable form, the body responds more efficiently, and the results are often visible quickly, from better sleep patterns to reduced muscle cramps and improved relaxation. Another reason pumpkin seeds are so effective is their versatility in daily consumption. They can be eaten raw, roasted lightly, or added to smoothies, salads, or even sprinkled over breakfast bowls. Their natural flavor and texture make them easy to include consistently, which is essential for correcting magnesium deficiency. Unlike pills that people often forget to take or take inconsistently, pumpkin seeds become part of a routine that provides both nutritional and practical benefits. Over time, this consistent intake can dramatically improve magnesium status, often surpassing the effects of costly supplements. There's also an overlooked benefit. Magnesium from food is gentler on the digestive system. Many people experience bloating, diarrhea, or stomach upset from magnesium pills, which can discourage regular use. Pumpkin seeds do not carry this risk because magnesium is naturally bound to other nutrients, allowing gradual and steady absorption. This means the body can utilize magnesium more efficiently without causing discomfort, which is critical for long-term health. In addition, pumpkin seeds provide other nutrients that support overall metabolic health, including antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, further enhancing their value as a daily magnesium source. Finally, incorporating pumpkin seeds into your diet addresses the underlying need rather than just masking symptoms. Magnesium is essential for hundreds of enzymatic processes in the body, including muscle relaxation, nerve function, and energy production. Relying solely on pills often fails to correct deficiencies at a cellular level, leaving people frustrated despite spending money on expensive supplements. By focusing on nutrient-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, you provide magnesium in the most natural, efficient way possible, supporting the body holistically and improving multiple aspects of health simultaneously. Most people assume that taking magnesium supplements will automatically fix deficiencies, but the truth is that pills often fail because of absorption issues. The body has a very specific way of handling nutrients, and isolated minerals in synthetic forms are not recognized the same way as nutrients in whole foods. Magnesium pills, especially the most common forms like magnesium oxide, are notorious for their poor absorption rates. Studies show that a large portion of the mineral simply passes through the digestive tract without being utilized by the body. This means people can take high doses daily and still feel fatigued, anxious, or experience muscle cramps because the magnesium never reaches the cells where it's needed most. Pills create the illusion of supplementation without providing the actual benefit. Another factor is that magnesium in pills lacks supporting cofactors. Magnesium doesn't act alone. For the body to use it effectively, it requires companion nutrients such as vitamin B6, zinc, and certain trace minerals. These cofactors help transport magnesium across cell membranes and activate the enzymes that rely on it. Most supplements do not provide these nutrients, and as a result, magnesium cannot fully integrate into the biochemical pathways. Taking a pill without these cofactors is like having a key without a lock. It might exist, but it won't open anything. This explains why some people take supplements for weeks or months without noticing a real difference in sleep quality, muscle function, or stress levels. The timing and form of supplements also play a role in their limited effectiveness. Magnesium pills often require stomach acid for absorption, and taking them with certain foods, coffee, or other medications can significantly reduce how much enters the bloodstream. In contrast, magnesium in whole foods is naturally chelated, meaning it is bound to proteins, amino acids, and other molecules that make absorption easier and more efficient. This natural form doesn't rely on ideal stomach conditions, so the body can take what it needs without interference. Many people also overlook the fact that the digestive system itself can affect magnesium absorption. Issues like low stomach acid, chronic stress, and poor gut health are incredibly common and can block nutrient uptake. A magnesium pill taken under these conditions often fails because the body is physically unable to absorb it efficiently. Whole food sources like pumpkin seeds or leafy greens bypass many of these barriers because their nutrients are embedded in a matrix that the body recognizes and can process gradually, ensuring a steady and usable supply. It's important to understand that the body regulates magnesium very carefully. Simply consuming more magnesium in pill form does not guarantee higher cellular levels. The body will absorb what it can and excrete the rest through the urine, meaning excess supplementation can be wasted and sometimes cause digestive upset. Food-based magnesium, however, is absorbed more gradually and naturally adjusts to the body's needs, reducing waste and increasing effectiveness. Finally, relying on pills alone can create a false sense of security. People often think that because they are taking a supplement, they don't need to focus on their diet or other lifestyle factors. Magnesium is essential for hundreds of processes, including muscle relaxation, nerve function, energy production, and stress management. A supplement alone cannot address deficiencies caused by poor diet, chronic stress, or low nutrient intake. Whole food sources provide magnesium in a biologically meaningful way, along with additional nutrients that support absorption, metabolism, and overall health. By understanding why pills often fail, it becomes clear that the most effective way to correct magnesium deficiency is through nutrient-rich foods, which naturally contain the cofactors necessary for optimal absorption. When magnesium is delivered in its natural form, the body can use it fully, leading to better sleep, reduced cramps, improved mood, and overall enhanced cellular function. The real power of food-based magnesium lies in something most people completely overlook: cofactors. Magnesium does not work in isolation inside the body. It requires a coordinated system of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and fats to be absorbed, transported, and activated at the cellular level. When magnesium is consumed through whole foods, these supporting elements are already present, working together the moment digestion begins. This is one of the main reasons food-derived magnesium consistently outperforms pills, even when the pill contains a higher numerical dose. The body is not impressed by numbers on a label. It responds to biological compatibility. Pumpkin seeds, for example, naturally contain vitamin B6, zinc, manganese, copper, and healthy fats. Vitamin B6 plays a critical role in helping magnesium enter cells, particularly nerve and muscle cells, where magnesium is needed most. Without sufficient B6, magnesium can remain circulating in the bloodstream without ever being utilized properly. Zinc supports enzyme activation, while trace minerals fine-tune the electrical balance within cells. Healthy fats improve the integrity of cell membranes, making it easier for magnesium to cross into the cell. This creates a complete delivery system that no isolated supplement can replicate. Another important factor is how magnesium behaves once it enters the body. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions, including those responsible for energy production, nerve signaling, muscle relaxation, and stress regulation. These enzymes do not activate unless the proper cofactors are present. When magnesium arrives without its supporting nutrients, many of these reactions slow down or fail to occur altogether. This is why people may still experience tight muscles, poor sleep, or anxiety despite supplementing. The magnesium is there, but the biochemical machinery needed to use it is incomplete. Food-based magnesium also interacts more intelligently with the nervous system. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium blocker, helping prevent excessive nerve firing and muscle contraction. For this process to work smoothly, the body needs adequate potassium, sodium, and trace minerals to maintain electrical balance. Pumpkin seeds and similar foods naturally provide this balance. Supplements rarely do. This difference alone explains why magnesium from food often produces a calming effect without the jittery or inconsistent results some people experience with pills. The digestive process itself further enhances the effectiveness of food-based magnesium. As whole foods are broken down slowly, magnesium is released gradually and absorbed in smaller, more manageable amounts. This steady delivery reduces competition with other minerals and minimizes loss through excretion. In contrast, supplements often deliver magnesium in a sudden, concentrated dose, overwhelming the body's absorption capacity. What isn't absorbed is discarded, which is why higher doses don't necessarily lead to better results. There is also a hormonal component involved. Insulin plays a role in transporting magnesium into cells, and whole foods help regulate insulin levels more effectively than isolated supplements. The fiber and fats found in foods like pumpkin seeds slow digestion and prevent blood sugar spikes, creating a more favorable environment for magnesium uptake. This subtle hormonal support further increases efficiency at the cellular level. When magnesium is consumed as part of a whole food, the body recognizes it as nutrition rather than medication. This distinction matters. The body prioritizes nutrients that arrive in their natural context and allocates them more effectively across tissues. Over time, this leads to improved magnesium status not just in the bloodstream, but inside the cells where it truly counts. Sleep becomes deeper, muscles relax more easily, stress resilience improves, and energy production stabilizes. This is why focusing on cofactors changes everything. It's not about adding more magnesium. It's about delivering magnesium in a way the body can actually use. Whole foods accomplish this effortlessly without forcing the system or creating imbalance. Most people associate magnesium with muscle cramps, but that understanding barely scratches the surface. Magnesium is one of the most critical minerals in the body, influencing nearly every major system, especially the nervous system, muscles, and metabolism. When magnesium levels are low, the body enters a state of tension. Muscles struggle to relax, nerves become overstimulated, and the stress response remains stuck in overdrive. This is why magnesium deficiency often shows up as tight shoulders, restless legs, jaw clenching, and an inability to fully unwind even during rest. Sleep quality is one of the first areas to suffer. Magnesium plays a key role in activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for calmness and recovery. It helps regulate neurotransmitters like GABA, which quiets brain activity and prepares the body for deep sleep. Without adequate magnesium, the brain remains overly alert, making it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep. This leads to shallow, fragmented rest, which then affects energy levels, mood, and focus the following day. Correcting magnesium levels often improves sleep depth rather than just sleep duration, allowing the body to recover more effectively overnight. Blood sugar regulation is another major area influenced by magnesium. Magnesium is required for insulin signaling, helping glucose move from the bloodstream into cells where it can be used for energy. When magnesium is deficient, insulin becomes less effective, leading to higher blood sugar levels and increased insulin resistance. This creates a cycle of fatigue, cravings, and weight gain. Restoring magnesium helps improve insulin sensitivity, stabilize energy levels, and reduce the stress placed on the pancreas. Many people notice fewer sugar cravings and more consistent energy once magnesium status improves. The cardiovascular system is also heavily dependent on magnesium. Magnesium helps regulate heart rhythm by balancing calcium levels in heart muscle cells. Without enough magnesium, calcium can accumulate excessively, leading to irregular heartbeats, palpitations, or a racing sensation in the chest. Magnesium supports healthy blood vessel relaxation, helping maintain normal blood pressure and proper circulation. This mineral works quietly in the background, ensuring that the heart contracts and relaxes smoothly without strain. Magnesium also plays a central role in stress management. Chronic stress rapidly depletes magnesium levels, and low magnesium in turn amplifies the stress response. This creates a vicious cycle where stress drains magnesium and magnesium deficiency heightens sensitivity to stress. Adequate magnesium helps regulate cortisol, the primary stress hormone, preventing prolonged spikes that can disrupt sleep, digestion, and immune function. When magnesium levels are restored, the body becomes more resilient, responding to stress with greater balance rather than constant tension. Another overlooked benefit involves energy production at the cellular level. Magnesium is required to activate ATP, the molecule that stores and transfers energy within cells. Without magnesium, ATP remains inactive, meaning the body technically has energy, but cannot access it efficiently. This explains why magnesium deficiency often presents as persistent fatigue, weakness, or low motivation. Restoring magnesium allows cells to produce and utilize energy properly, improving both physical stamina and mental clarity. Magnesium also influences inflammation and recovery. It helps regulate inflammatory pathways and supports muscle repair after physical activity. Low magnesium can prolong soreness, delay recovery, and increase susceptibility to injury. Adequate levels promote faster recovery and reduce chronic inflammation, supporting long-term musculoskeletal health. These effects illustrate that magnesium is not a single symptom solution, but a foundational nutrient that supports multiple systems simultaneously. When magnesium levels are corrected through bioavailable sources, the body shifts out of survival mode and into a state of balance, allowing natural healing processes to function more efficiently. One of the biggest mistakes people make in their health journey is constantly searching for the next supplement that promises fast results. There is a widespread belief that better health comes from a stronger pill, a higher dose, or a more expensive formula. This mindset shifts attention away from the real issue, which is not the lack of supplements, but the lack of a foundational nutrition. The body does not heal because a label says advanced or high potency. It heals when it receives nutrients in a form it can recognize, absorb, and use consistently over time. Chasing supplements often leads to fragmentation. One pill for sleep, another for stress, another for muscles, and yet another for energy. Each supplement targets a symptom rather than the underlying imbalance. Magnesium deficiency is a perfect example. People buy magnesium for cramps, then add melatonin for sleep, then take something else for anxiety, never realizing that a single nutritional gap is driving all of these symptoms. Addressing the root deficiency through whole foods simplifies the process and allows the body to rebalance multiple systems at once. Another problem with supplement dependency is inconsistency. Pills are easy to forget, easy to stop, and easy to switch when results are not immediate. Whole foods, when integrated into daily routines, create consistency without effort. When a nutrient-rich food becomes part of a regular meal, the body receives steady input rather than sporadic doses. This steady supply is exactly what minerals like magnesium require to restore cellular levels. The body thrives on rhythm, not random intervention. There is also the issue of nutrient isolation. Supplements often provide a single nutrient stripped from its natural context. This can create imbalances over time, especially when taken in large doses. The body works on balance and ratios, not isolated quantities. Whole foods naturally respect these ratios. When magnesium is consumed through food, it arrives with complementary nutrients that prevent imbalance and support proper utilization. This reduces the risk of excess and increases efficiency without forcing the system. Cost is another overlooked factor. People often spend significant amounts of money each month on supplements, believing that higher price equals better results. In reality, many inexpensive whole foods provide superior nutrition at a fraction of the cost. This is not about cutting corners, it is about investing in what actually works. When nutrition comes from food, it supports not only mineral status, but also digestion, metabolism, and overall resilience. Focusing on food also changes the relationship people have with their health. Instead of reacting to symptoms, they begin supporting the body proactively. This shift encourages awareness of what is eaten daily, how the body responds, and which foods promote calm, energy, and recovery. Over time, this awareness leads to better choices without restriction or obsession. The body begins to function more efficiently, and symptoms often fade without being directly targeted. Another key point is adaptability. The body's needs change based on stress, activity level, sleep quality, and environment. Whole foods allow the body to self-regulate intake naturally. When magnesium is needed, the body absorbs more. When it is not, absorption slows. Supplements do not offer this flexibility. They deliver a fixed dose regardless of the body's current state, which can lead to inefficiency or discomfort. When people stop chasing supplements and start nourishing the body properly, they often notice something unexpected. Health becomes simpler. Fewer products are needed, fewer symptoms demand attention, and the body feels more stable. This is not because one food is a miracle, but because the body is finally receiving what it has been asking for all along. Consistent bioavailable nutrition allows the body to shift from compensation to true function, restoring balance in a way that no isolated supplement ever could. What ultimately determines results is not how many CA strategies someone tries, but whether those strategies align with how the body actually works. The body is not designed to depend on constant external fixes. It is designed to maintain balance when given the right raw materials. Magnesium deficiency is rarely a standalone problem. It is usually a signal that nutrition has become disconnected from biology. When people focus on restoring that connection through real food, the body responds quickly and efficiently, often in ways that surprise them. There is a fundamental difference between supporting the body and forcing it. Supplements often attempt to force a change, pushing nutrients into the system without regard for timing, balance, or cellular readiness. Food works differently. It communicates with the body. It activates digestive enzymes, hormonal signals, and metabolic pathways that prepare cells to receive and use nutrients properly. This communication is what allows food-based magnesium to outperform isolated supplements even at lower amounts. Another important factor is sustainability. Health improvements that rely on pills tend to be temporary because they depend on continued intervention. Once the pill stops, the benefit often disappears. Food-based nutrition builds a foundation. As mineral levels are restored at the cellular level, the body becomes less dependent on external support. Sleep stabilizes, muscles relax more naturally, stress tolerance improves, and energy becomes more consistent. These changes do not require constant management because they are rooted in physiology rather than supplementation. Consistency also plays a major role in long-term success. Real food encourages daily repetition without effort. It becomes part of meals, routines, and habits rather than something that needs to be remembered or measured. This steady input allows magnesium levels to rebuild gradually and remain stable. The body prefers this slow and consistent approach because it minimizes waste and maximizes utilization. Rapid, high-dose supplementation rarely achieves the same outcome. There is also a psychological shift that occurs when people stop outsourcing their health to products and start participating in it through nutrition. Confidence replaces confusion. Instead of questioning which supplement to try next, attention shifts to how the body feels, how it responds to food, and what supports recovery and calm. This awareness often leads to better overall choices, improved digestion, and greater resilience to stress. Health stops feeling fragile and starts feeling dependable. Another overlooked aspect is how real food supports multiple deficiencies at once. Magnesium deficiency rarely exists in isolation. It often accompanies low potassium, inadequate B vitamins, poor zinc status, and insufficient healthy fats. Whole foods address these gaps simultaneously, restoring balance rather than correcting one variable at a time. This integrated approach allows the body to recalibrate itself instead of constantly compensating for missing pieces. When nutrition is aligned with biology, symptoms lose their urgency, muscle tension eases, sleep deepens, mental clarity improves, and the nervous system becomes calmer. These changes are not dramatic or artificial. They are subtle, steady, and reliable. They reflect the body returning to a state it recognizes as normal. This is what real health looks like. Not stimulation, not suppression, but balance. The most powerful takeaway is simple. The body already knows how to heal. It does not need convincing, forcing, or constant intervention. It needs nutrients delivered in a form it understands. When that happens consistently, the body stops signaling distress and starts functioning as designed. This is not about avoiding supplements entirely, but about putting them in their proper place. Food is the foundation, and when the foundation is strong, everything built on top of it works better.